Mwah.
Whee!
Glad to see you, folks.
All right.
Here on a Saturday, we got a nice clammy weather outside, which means it's very nice to be inside. I know many people are feeling a little cooped up.
Amen.
Today, you wouldn't feel too bad being cooped up.
I gotta get comfortable here.
Let's do that
All
then,
right.
shall we?
Hello.
Okay. Let me go find some people join. What are we drinking here, by the way?
Oh, we're drinking something here. I'll do it.
Okay, I got it.
You won't let me do it. We're drinking a little something I created earlier this evening. Yep. So, okay, keep going down. Yep. Okay, well, you can click on that. All right, click on that.
Yep.
And then there's going to be a little link. Click on that.
Oh, I got to go there. Wow.
There you go.
So many steps.
Okay, I know.
Where's the idiot button?
A lot of steps.
Ping, ping, ping.
Okay. All right.
You
found us on YouTube.
One person is watching, not sure who.
Let us know who you are, please.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Facebook, you know what to do.
Hey, you know what to do. Indeed.
So we can keep up with your comments.
Let's check
Hello.
that out, shall we?
How is staying at home treating you? I don't get cabin fever, but I've kind of been losing it the last couple of days. Not because of staying home, just, I don't know. It's anyway, whatever. Today, my losing it kind of manifested itself by suddenly redoing large portions of the house, which I said I wasn't going to do anymore because it's crazy. Yep, just click on that.
Got him. Here we go.
All right.
Here.
Yeah, I said I wasn't going to do that anymore because it always leads to great unhappiness whenever I decide to redo the house. Today being no exception. But I've come out the other side, so...
I will amend that to just say, or I will add to that. I'm not going to amend what you said, but I will add to that it is possibly a certain amount of pain in process to get through, but when you're through, you're very happy you did. So it's one of those types of things. It's sort of like learning an instrument. Oh, the struggle. But once you're done, it's like, I can play that song. And that's an important thing. So.
Indeed.
Yeah. And again, what we did was actually, we were getting a little crowded in one room. We wanted some space. We made the space. It was a lot of process.
It was so much work.
It was a lot of fitting very large things through small spaces. Yeah, that's always a big
Who did most of the physical work?
That would be you, actually, yes. Labor. I was busy, hammering nails into, our flat to make it more attractive, etc. So...
I was going up and down the stairs, up and down, up and down. I was so tired. But
yeah, well, it's your stairmaster for the day.
But I have to say that I, over the last few days, we've done several home improvement projects, and we've spent $0 and 0 cents because it was all stuff we had. So
yeah, you had an idea.
For that.
You had an idea for part of a set, and I thought about it, and I said, I'm going to check in this stash of lumber to see what we got. Had exactly what we needed. And we didn't have to leave the house. So. I was like, that's great. And then I needed another piece. I'm like, this would be so much better if I just had, some little 1x3 like that. I got to go to the Home Depot. And I go and I take a look and I'm like, actually, no, I don't need to do that.
Andrew, Kelly, David, Tim, who else is here?
Let's do the whole roll call. Yes,
hello. I missed some.
David, Tim, hello. Howdy to you, sir. Stuart, Bonnie.
Hi.
Kelly, David, Sean, hello.
Tiki.
Glad to see you, sir.
Fred,
David again.
Pete. Mark. Patrick,
Mo delivers. Hey, very good point there.
Patrick. Jean, hi. Okay, wow, we got a lot of people here. This is fun.
And John has just joined. Very good. Thank you, folks. Just going to check over here on the YouTube
to see what's going on. Yeah, I'm sorry if we missed anyone.
Angela and Jen. Hey,
Jen,
hello.
Okay.
Good news from Indiana. Hope you're getting
Thank you for joining us.
Less clammy weather than we're having here. This is like a whoa, like
rainy,
stay inside kind of thing. And you're thinking, we're already staying inside.
We're already staying inside. So.
What the heck?
So check on staying home.
But I'm going to ameliorate that for a second by simply saying, it's also, let's see, March 28th. Is it March 28th? Yes. Okay. Good. Make sure.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
It's the anniversary of when we moved into this house.
This is the date.
March 28th is the anniversary of moving into our house.
Proceed you right there.
I totally forgot about
Obviously, that's a sign.
Yeah.
There we go.
17 years.
Wow. It's a thing. That's the thing, folks.
And here I'm talking about I gotta get out of this house. I gotta change this house. I can't stand it anymore.
Yeah. That was not your story 17 years ago.
No.
There you go.
Well, actually, it kind of was.
Kind of was fine.
I insisted on painting every room before we even moved in.
We actually stayed here for a week. Well, I was in the old apartment taking care of things.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I wasn't moving into any white walls.
Boy, oh boy.
Lisa, hi. Lisa and Errol.
Glad to see you folks here on the tube. Looking good tonight, gotta say. Our little corner's looking okay.
Oh, so you might notice, or probably not, but our little corner's different. Our little tiki table is on the other side of the room.
Things move around in this house.
So we have a different table over here.
Yep.
And one of the things I did today was I decided we have this very large spinning paperback rack that we found
like you might find in a bookstore
outside of a library a long time ago. And I decided it's been in the room that has, you'll see it on Tuesday. But anyway, more and more it has become our music room. And now we have musical instruments in there and a PA and a mixing board and all this stuff. And it's like, there's just not room for that rack anymore. So we moved it up to the attic, which sounds sad, but it's not sad because we made a really great space for it. And you can spin it and you can find your books. And I took 2 chairs up there and you can sit there and read the books if you want. Okay. So it's actually really good news.
Good.
But
good to have the access.
I decided to bring down a couple of the books from the rack. So maybe we could do some readings.
As we go along.
We have A Gift of Prophecy, the phenomenal Jean Dixon.
Oh, boy.
And Strange Fate.
Frank Edwards. Anybody remember this guy? He was a real master of schlock science.
Yes.
Definitely.
Fate magazine. So.
Yeah, Fate magazine itself is a real master of schlock science kind of magazine.
And I brought up a box, you can't see it, from the basement. That it's a clear bin, and I can see it's full of clothing. I don't know which clothing, so we'll all find out together.
Do the reveal, shall we?
It's been in the basement for a really long time.
That's the fun part of the fun part.
So,
but definitely. More roll call here. We have now John, hello. Jay, hello there.
Hi.
Chris, hey.
Hello.
How are things going? I know that you guys are doing curbside pickup and all that.
Yes.
Has New Jersey authorized curbside pickup of Mai Tais? Now that would be pretty fun. You know, sealed container. You have to open the zip strip at home. That kind of stuff.
I know.
That'd be pretty fun.
That'd be great.
Greetings from Fresno, Wayne. Hello. Good to see you, Patrick, again.
Patrick. Oh, it was beautiful outside.
Michelle.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Marie,
glad to hear somebody got that.
Marie, Fred, Michelle, hello. So I don't know. What do you think? Should we open this box? Well, why don't we? Okay, here's what I'm thinking.
Got a plan.
Maybe we can, I don't know, what do you think? A reading first? I'm kind of thinking a reading, and then maybe we could pull an article of clothing out of the box, and then...
That sounds like a pretty fair idea.
All right.
Okay, so before we go...
Which book do you prefer?
Would you like to... Did you already name check what we've got in these
boxes?
Oh,
okay. I created this earlier this evening. It was 2 ounces of rye, a half ounce creme de cassis, a half ounce fresh lime juice. We actually have, how many fresh limes now?
3. We got 3 in our order.
That's a whole story, too.
I tell you. We got some bottles, too. Good idea. You know?
A few dashes of orange bitters and a few dashes of old-fashioned bitters.
There you go. A very nice sour, I got to say.
We've been doing the store pickups at ShopRite where you order your groceries online and pay for it online, and they just bring your cart out to your car. I thought I was ordering 12 limes. They brought me 4, so we're trying again for Monday.
4 is a multiple of 12, so, if somebody, put a divisor in there, maybe you need 4 limes.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's like getting eggs. You might get half a carton.
Kathy and Jason,
third of a carton, that kind of thing. Hey,
yeah,
hello,
so we have to sort of ration our limes for the weekend, and then we have another pickup scheduled for Monday.
Very carefully, they said.
We're getting the hang of this grocery pickup thing.
And, you place an order, and then you say, I forgot to add to the order, and you keep adding to it until they cut you off.
They cut you off from adding.
And then you go there and find out what they were actually out of, or somebody couldn't find. Like, you ordered, 2 orders ago, you ordered tofu. It was like, no tofu. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. The shelves are completely devoid of chicken parts and ribs. But tofu? You've got tofu. Come on, seriously.
I learned to give them a note. You can give them a note that says any tofu.
And
because then I got tofu. But if you choose a specific brand.
Okay, I suppose they could easily be out of one particular brand there. But
anyway, that's tofu.
One friend who's in all of this with us was noting that he had just gone vegan recently. And he was like, you know something? there's not a problem finding tofu and vegetables. And it's like, he's right. He's right. It's all there.
Except, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. So, a reading from?
Which one do you want?
I'll take Frank Edwards. I read a lot of this stuff when I was a teenager. It's really, really hokey. But then again, you've got Gene Dixon, so I think you're challenging me in hoke.
All right, I gotta find something really good from... Read the whole incredible, extraordinary story.
I think you should read the notes on the back of the book that tells you something about Gene Dixon.
Okay.
That's a pretty good place to start with Gene.
Here's a picture in the back of the book.
Pardon me.
This amazing woman actually predicted the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the airplane deaths of Carol Lombard and Dag Hammarskjöld. Airplane death. They didn't die. Well, they died on a plane, but that airplane death makes it sound like they were on a plane that landed safely and they just happened to die on it.
It does sound kind of weird. The airplane
they died
deaths,
in plane crashes.
You know.
Okay.
The airplane suicide of Dag. He whipped out a gun and, you know.
No. He had a heart attack on a plane. Okay, anyway. Senator Edward Kennedy's plane crash. Marilyn Monroe's suicide. Not everyone thinks Marilyn Monroe was a suicide.
Speaking of your conspiracy theories.
Some think it was an accidental death, and some think it was murder.
But Jane apparently says, oh, that's it. It was suicide. I told you. I'm a psychic.
Okay, this one just makes me laugh. The blackouts on the eastern seaboard in Texas. That kind of was just going to happen, I think.
Well, if you were to say there's going to be a blackout in a month, and there is, sounds like a prediction.
Okay, but we have blackouts on the regular.
Yeah, so if she could predict when the power's going to fail,
I can kind of predict
right here,
the blackout.
Then I'd be impressed. But the fact that she predicts like the 1965 blackouts,
I can kind of predict a blackout.
I've seen this woman's predictions. They don't look that
The
impressive.
wind gets really strong, you know, like gale force winds. Like, oh, we're going to have a blackout. And sure enough, blackout. So I'm not sure I'm buying that one.
A line's going to go down. A transformer's going to blow. Boom.
Okay, for more than a quarter of a century, Gene Dixon of Washington, D.C. has demonstrated the uncanny ability to see into the future of people, of nations, to forecast great international events. Her predictions have been so incredibly accurate that presidents and prime ministers have come to her for guidance. She has probably aroused more curiosity than any other woman in this century. Well, I don't know about that. Read her astounding, extraordinary story in A Gift of Prophecy.
All caps.
And then here we go with the quotes. One of the most remarkable books of the decade, perhaps the most important volume that has appeared in the field of prophecy since the biblical prophets. That was Dr. Daniel A. Poling, Christian Herald.
Of course, you know.
And then,
seriously, dude?
And then here's another one. One of the most remarkable women who ever lived, Chicago Tribune.
That phrase could be taken many ways, gotta say.
Yeah, that's true. Remarkable, the cheese that comes out. Anyway.
Pardon me.
I might open that and do another rating later.
Down the wrong way with that kind of thing. Oh boy. Good old
That's
Jane.
just one of the most remarkable things I've ever seen.
It's remarkable. It's really like, you know.
I'm remarking on it right now.
You go to some art exhibit and it's stuff that you don't really care for. How do you like the show? Interesting.
It was so interesting.
Code word for boring, you know?
Or code word for horrible.
It was horrible. So maybe, is it time for me to do a reading or should we go like immediately to?
You read something and then we'll open the box. Clothing.
The big box. Mark is actually noting that he's actually Nostradamus, Century 9, Quatrain 33. Oh, okay, no, that's fun, you know. Nostradamus predicted the fall of Rome. He predicted the Great Plague, the Great Fire of London. He predicted 9/11. He predicted you.
Gene, what about the minor prophets? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the little guys, they only did one thing. Oh, look, ultimately, Gene Dixon is basically only known for predicting the death of Kennedy. And you look at her prediction, it's totally lame. It's like anybody could have said that and basically would have had about a 50-50 chance. So I look at that like, and you base your whole career, you base your books on this kind of stuff. You really have to have a strong stomach to whip out a book like that, or be fantastically credulous. So there we go. Speaking of credulous, then we have Frank Edwards' Strange Fate. Astounding true happenings in the incredible, well, yeah, it does kind of lack credibility, world of the psychic, paranormal, and ESP. The amazing events and strange people who have confounded modern science. Science can't explain it, so therefore they're a bunch of stupids. A fantastic but true collection of weird mysteries that defy the laws of science. Do their answers lie in the unknown world beyond our normal powers? Am I just like saying the intro to the TV series In Search Of, or what?
Yes, yes.
Which we've been watching on the YouTube, by the way. It's pretty entertaining.
Yes.
It's not as schlock as I remember it, but it's pretty entertaining. The Indian Rope Trick. The House That Hated People. Oh, I gotta read that.
Oh, The House That Hated People.
House That Hated People.
That's a good one to read on the anniversary of moving into our
There you
house. The House That Hated People.
Wait a minute, I need something called Voices from the Dead. Poltergeist that wrecked a business office. Well, I know many people here
As
who
opposed to a pleasure office?
I know many people here who would think, you want to wreck my office? Do it anytime, dude. Dreams of the Lost. I don't even know what that means. Premonitions of a Fatal Fire, plus many, many more. From the startling pages of Fate magazine. Now, there's a journal that will give you a lot of fun and not too many facts. And introduced by the best-selling chronicler of strange events, Frank Edwards, come these authenticated accounts of... Authenticated is the real shaky word.
Authenticated by...
shaky word in this case. Of wondrous people, places, and events that will baffle and entertain you for a long time to come.
Oh, I'm sure we're about to be entertained.
Oh,
I have no doubt of that.
Oh boy. Let's see. Let me see if we can find The House That Hated People.
I want to hear that.
Yeah. And if that's a bit obscure, that could be tough. No, here's the thing. Talk about your weird coincidences, because both of these books are about weird coincidences. Paperback Library Edition, August 1965. Wasn't that the same month as the East Coast blackouts referred in that book?
It must be real.
Coincidence? Yeah, it's a coincidence. It's totally... totally random. Let's see here. The Dream That Named a Murderer. Big fun. Premonitions of Kennedy's Death. Here we go. Another one.
Oh my God.
Everyone predicts Kennedy's death.
Oh my God.
And all their predictions are really lame. The House That Hated People by Virginia Santori. So it's not even Frank, but he's really an editor after all. The House Hated People. Actually, that's an exclamation point. The House Hated People. And I must concede that it never disguised its true character from us. No visible phantoms walked through the 10-room, gingerbread-trimmed, turreted Victorian relic we acquired in 1944. Although our home, enthroned upon a hill and surrounded by graceful pine trees, was the perfect picture of what a haunted house should be. However, a presence unseen by the eye, but so baleful and malefic, one could actually taste and feel it penetrate the very air of the dwelling. I might stop there. So that's
All right. Well,
perhaps a little more later.
Maybe a little more later. Oh.
Very funny. Hi, William. I don't think we acknowledge you.
Hello.
Can't remember. Well, neither can this guy, so you're doing fine, friend. Not a problem there. Just checking the tubes. Hello, hello. We are on both platforms.
Or Virginia Santori.
If one of these mysteriously decides to crap out on you, just switch to the other or both places again, because we can do that, and it's a lot of fun.
The mystery of the lost bandwidth.
Yeah, where did it go? I don't think there's that much of a mystery.
All right.
I just wonder what happens during an ordinary period of time when suddenly we get throttled down. I think, well, it's not like everybody's home. It's not like it's the commercial on the Super Bowl and suddenly everybody flushes the toilet. That kind of thing. No. Pulp Lovecraft. Yeah, pretty much.
My drink's getting low.
Really?
You've still got most of your drink.
I was reading. I should actually have been drinking because I'm kind of dry right now.
I should have you go get me another drink while I open this box. So you can't see it. You want to help me pick it up?
I'd be glad to.
I'm
just gonna put this
afraid
down
I won't be able to do
folks.
this gracefully.
I don't think there's any grace.
All right.
Ooga
Here it is.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Ooh, that's pretty filthy.
It's filthy.
Okay,
Look at that.
before we go any further.
I kept it filthy because I wanted you to see that I really just dragged it out of the basement.
Did you see that? Do you want to blow on that, or should I clean this off?
You can clean it.
Okay.
You've got cleaner.
I have cleaner. for this purpose.
Go for
I
it.
thought, wow, how embarrassing, a filthy box. But she wanted
Now
you
I
to say that.
kept it because the one we brought up last week was also filthy.
It was also pretty filthy.
So
Things sit for a while, gather dust.
I also didn't open it to see what was in it because that's if we're gonna play this game, let's play it for real.
This is a real thing.
So, all right. Oh wow, that is disgusting. Okay.
Go on.
All right.
All right, up we go.
Okay.
If you want to hand me your glass there, I can find a refill for you.
Oh, thank you.
Is it a refill?
Mm-mm.
So I need to freelance.
Something else.
Shall we?
Thank you. All right. Not as easy as it looks. Ugh. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. First we have, okay, you've seen the box, so I can put it down. First things first. Okay. Oh, wow. Black stuff's falling all over me.
Is that something plasticky?
No. I don't know what it is, but look at that trim. This is a costume. When I was in high school, I was in the SCA. And if you know what that is, you get your geek card stamped. But this is a dress that someone helped me make when I was in the SCA. So I would have a little medieval gown.
Genuine tunic.
And look, I still have it. I haven't been in the SCA for about 30 years. But I still got that. Okay. That's slightly embarrassing. Okay, what else is in here? Okay, well, we have a comedy and tragedy mask scarf. I like that. I like that. That can stay. And what the?
What the who?
I don't even know what this is.
Looks like Ralphie's costume from
You know, it's curtains.
Curtains. Oh, cute, cute, cute.
They're curtains with little hearts on them.
Hey, sweet.
They're really cute, and I don't know where they're from. Oh my gosh. They're sort of cute. I like them. Little, yeah, here's another one. Those are adorable. I don't know where they're from. Okay, and then there's same thing. One more. Super cute. Oh, there's more. Even more. Okay. There's one more. Yep. And a gold metallic scarf. I also don't know where that's from. Okay. I'm storing stuff in my basement. I don't even know where it came from, but that was very cute. I love the curtains. I gotta find a place for those. Those are super cute. What else is in the box? A Garfield t-shirt. No way. Oh my god.
Members only.
Members only. Garfield Beach. Oh my god. That is hilarious. No way. I'm keeping that. All right. That stays. Okay, what else? A Columbia University sweatshirt. I stayed at Columbia for 1 week. I stayed in the dorm at Columbia for 1 week when I was rehearsing a show. And I have a sweatshirt to prove it. Also, a big black turtleneck sweater with shoulder pads. I think I might be sending that to the Goodwill. Oh, look what I found. a National Shakespeare Conservatory t-shirt. Yes, I studied acting at the National Shakespeare Conservatory for 2 years of my life.
And you got a t-shirt.
And I have a pink t-shirt to prove it. I'll keep that. I'll keep it. What else? I love dance. Who doesn't?
You do. It's true.
Who doesn't? Okay. Oh my God. Hofbrauhaus. I got that in Germany. I got that in Munich. I actually did go to the Hofbrauhaus. I can't get the tag to stay in the shirt though.
Wow.
Kind of moth-eaten.
Bent to the ringer.
I gotta think about that one. Kind of moth-eaten, but I feel like that could make a good...
Oh, look.
Oh, look, a cocktail. Thank you. I feel like that could work for Oktoberfest, so maybe I'll hold on to that. A New York t-shirt. Start spreading the news.
Start spreading the shirt.
Okay. It's a New York. It's very 80s.
What,
Which is probably when I bought it.
You know, gee, you could probably just go on the eBay or Marketplace or something and sell it.
I might be able to get money for that.
I'm saying.
All right.
80s New York
Oh
t-shirt.
my God. Okay, the rest of this stuff.
Woo!
Wow. This paisley skirt that I used to wear when I was temping can go. And, oh my God. I forgot all about this. This gold vest is so staying and going in the costume closet.
Oh, wow.
Look at this vest.
Whoa, that looks...
You can have it.
That looks kind of caterweighter, actually.
You can have it for when we do Saturday Night Fever videos.
Performance, I'm telling you. Well, it's Saturday night, and it's Saturday night, and I got the fever.
That can stay. And then...
Oh, we just got a light from Sunshine. I don't know if you're
Hello.
watching or you're not commenting. I can't tell you, but there we go.
And then, all right, this is going to look kinky. I promise you it's not. Got this corset.
It does look very corseting, doesn't
It is a corset. I bought this when I was at the National Shakespeare Conservatory.
Doing a little period sort of thing.
Period pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So
whenever you need to be
there's
corseted.
my corset. I remember going to this sort of specialty undergarment shop in the East Village. So
And I'm looking at the embroidery on this, or it's just the weave on that. You appear to have what, like dolphins in there in the weave? Am I right? Some kind of fish? Maybe it's just a pattern. Am I getting this wrong in the light? Maybe it's just an abstract thing.
I think
kind of funny.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think they're leaves, but I do see what you're saying.
Leaves. There we go.
So
Got a good comment from Fred. Pandora's storage container.
Oh,
It has
yeah.
been giving up
Okay.
all sorts of goodies,
And
I must
then-
say.
the only other thing in here, I got to put this together.
And we've been commanded to drink by Mark. Hey,
Oh.
no problem. We're making it happen.
Can do.
We got we're on round 2 here for you. That is a.
Well, I'm on round 2.
That's
You're
kind
still
of
on round 1.
I'm going to get there. Don't worry about it. That's kind of a daiquiri.
All right. It's good. I'm a fan. All right. I'm trying to do this without messing it up. This will be the grand finale of this box.
Oh, Gene points out that large tunic, original series Star Trek Blue. I
Ah!
think that there were some characters who appeared in dress like that within their universe. There we go. That should be hanging somewhere, don't you
It
think?
really should. I think I'll be hanging this after this.
Isn't that just like Mary Tyler Moore's first
Yes,
apartment? Didn't she have
with
a
her
berry
M.
hanging out?
She
Or
has
just
the M.
That's right.
She has an M.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm keeping this. I'm hanging this in my little office space, which you will see Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Big fun.
Oh, boy. Well, that was fun.
We got some people who joined us during the big reveal. We got David,
Hello.
Mindy, Gregory, Rebecca. Thank you so much for coming and joining our little
Yes.
thingarino. And, top fan Linda Patterson says Valentine's for leaving home.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Thomas, Bridget, hello. I think that
Hello.
you've probably seen your way through many such a box of oddball clothing and said, interesting stories here, yes. Amy has joined us. Hello, hello. Fred simply says,
Oh, the curtains,
Proceed,
Valentine's for Leaving Home. Well, I'm going to use those. I love those.
So there we go. That was
I'm all about those curtains.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a window and curtain it.
But Amy says, does it bring you joy? That might have been a specific reference to.
Yeah. Oh, to Marie Kondo.
There we go.
Yeah, some of it does and some of it doesn't. I think I can get rid of a few of these things. Not the curtains, but that black sweater with the shoulder pads is earmarked for leaving. The paisley skirt.
That's a different style of period costume.
Yes.
That period being the 1980s.
Also the paisley skirt earmarked for leaving this place
Not
as soon as I can go to a thrift store.
Not so fast, miss. I've heard that 80s clothing is really coming back in, and I'm like, really? Like all those ugly prom gowns and stuff like that? All that like really hideous men's wear from weddings, that's in again? The stuff in polyester and Kiana? If it is, then boy, I think you could really clean up.
Yep.
Just saying. Boy, and I certainly don't want to have it in my house.
No.
As Bill points out, leaves don't have dorsal fins. Yeah, well, I mean, I saw it pretty quickly. I could easily be wrong.
It was like
a strange thing.
It was like
close.
art. He saw dolphins, I saw leaves.
Well, you know, or a Rorschach blot, perhaps.
Exactly.
Yeah. But definitely. Hi, Randall. Hi, Jennifer has joined us. There we go.
Jennifer, hi. You were probably with me when I bought some of this clothing.
You may find this familiar in back of the old brain there. Say, oh, wait a minute.
Exactly.
I remember South Coast
Exactly.
Plaza.
Yeah.
Costa Mesa. There we go. Denise has joined us. Hello. Thank you.
Hi.
I'm going to assume, I will infer that both of these California residents have not had the conditions that we've had today, unless you're seriously in need of rain, in which case I wish you did. But
Yeah. Now, I saw some beautiful video from California this morning on the beach. Sigh.
big sigh.
The
Big
beach.
sigh. We can get to a number of beaches around here. Today would have been a good day to, well, you probably couldn't get to the beach. Public beaches.
Well, if you got to the beach, you would have to social distance and,
Good,
you know.
good day to collect shells, perhaps. You're not going to find any spare change, that's for sure.
Nope.
But some good comments here from Jean. This is great and very appropriate about the whole shoulder pads. I got a fever. That can only be quenched with more shoulder pads. great reference. Too much.
God. Oh, hilarious.
Definitely. Oh, keyboard ties from Chess King. Wow, no, that's period. Definitely. And then, particularly if you were like the piano player in the band, the electric piano player on your little Farfisa there, like, oh yeah, playing new wave kind of stuff, you would have to have a really skinny tie and like a black or like a really dark red shirt, that kind of thing. I'm thinking of the Romantics with like the matching suits in red leather, like really tight suits, really skinny ties. It was a thing at the time. I actually found a stash of skinny ties that were being discarded, as a matter of fact. But they're from a different era. These are circa like 1960. And if they were really great ties, I'd be excited. They're kind of dull patterns, but yeah.
Where were they?
Next door.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of interesting things came from that
Ow.
house. Yes.
I was thinking of bringing down some of the records you found next door.
Oh, yeah. I think there were 5 different cases of 45s.
Maybe next week that's what we'll do. Or
Interesting.
later in the week if we find ourselves bored.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I have not been bored working from home. I work from home one day a week. Normally, if this just increases it by 5-fold, well, all right then. Then I just set up different offices, and I've just been listening to a lot of music and having a lot of fun with that, and just knocking out the email. You know, there's plenty going on, no question. You know, I miss some of my compatriots in the office, but I also am corresponding, and yeah, we'll see each other soon enough. That's for sure.
I know. Well, I hope so.
Jennifer noticed the empty freeways. Oh yeah, like
I saw that. I saw that like there's no rush hour anymore in LA.
you don't see freeways that empty or that fresh looking unless you're looking at a real early episode of Chips, which used to be shot on unfinished sections of freeway.
Yes.
And it's just like it's
like no cars.
The cars are really spaced, and it's just like, dude, this looks so clean, this concrete, whatever,
Yeah.
And it was, I forget which highway it was that they were building at the time. Eventually it probably got finished, but
No, I think it did. But yeah.
And Amy's noting like playing a keytar. Oh yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that keyboard.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
very period during a period where
Peter, hi.
every band had to have 3 synths and really cheesy Casio noises. This is the one thing I think of in that period are all of the horn samples, which are horrible. They're just terrible. And they're so bad they don't even sound like anything. So you're just like, oh, it's just that squealy Casio sound that people were using at the time.
I want a guitar though.
I suspect you can find one for pretty cheap on Marketplace. Just saying.
Yeah.
We scored really well on Marketplace this year in terms of equipment. We actually found a PA. Last year we found a keyboard, really nice keyboard as a matter of fact. But then eventually we got an even nicer keyboard, so now we have 2.
Or a mixer?
Well, the mixer, yeah, we got a mixer.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, we need a PA, so we're in search of. There we go again.
Exactly. So you found a bunch of boxes of records next door.
Yeah.
When the lady next door passed away, her relatives put a whole bunch of amazing stuff on the street.
We hear a rumor that they contracted with a local sort of consignment shop to clear out the house to get the good stuff. And then I looked at the stuff that they decided to toss, and I thought, you missed that. And it was just like 5 of those little 45 carrying cases filled, and all cataloged and everything. And everything was super clean.
Next week we have to go through those.
Filed them, never played them again. Everything was super clean.
Yeah.
Really looking good.
Yeah.
A lot of big hits, so it's not like, oh wow, rare soul 45. So like all the DJs I know go crazy about that stuff. This is more like, Johnny Preston, Running Bear. It's like, yeah, even clean, that's not going to cost you too much money. So not too crazy.
It's not all about the money.
But, a great collection of some nice hits. It has nostalgia. I have a little green case.
There were Elvis picture sleeves in there.
Well, there were, actually. Now, those are interesting. But, I have a little green case that was my parents', and it's got some stuff my dad had. There's a little 45 of, like, Noel Coward. That's really cool, There's no real value to that.
Right.
Nobody's going to really care, but I've listened to it a number of times.
But you didn't have to pay for it.
I have to pay for it. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
And what can I say? Mad Dogs and Englishmen. It's a great number. Very, very influential.
I got to figure out where I'm going to hang my Kelly.
Oh, yeah. Got to be some space.
I'll make room.
Earl says SEA was Society for Creative Anachronism.
Oh, yeah.
Which is now an anachronism. Since they tried to send it a while ago. Internet's slow. But he also loves working from home. Yeah?
There you go.
I've been doing it 1 day a week for at least a couple of years, maybe 3 by now. And it really breaks up my commute week, which is great because I have a substantial commute.
Yep.
And I've been enjoying those days. It allows me to be refreshed on Friday and not frantic and crazy. And it works well for me, and connectivity's not been a problem. So if I'm forced to do it now, and then suddenly I have to print from home and things like that, it's like, you figure it out. Not a big deal.
Yep.
You got to send things. It's like UPS. Everything we send goes out in the UPS. When we need documents to go somewhere overseas, it's like, do it all the time. So it's like, I schedule a pickup, hand it to the man, away you go. No big deal. Kind of cool.
All right. Well, hand it to the man.
Oh, and a reference to the Led Zeppelin Mellotron that would melt in live performances. Now, what the hell have I done? I took us off of the broadcast. Come on
I
back.
don't know.
There we go. That, and I
I'm gonna do
know
another reading.
I had heard for years that Jimmy Page actually played a theremin live, and I always thought that he had one of those really big RCA machines. But truth be told, it was a pocket-sized device, kind of a little solid-state device. And he just used it to make funny noises. Yeah.
I'm going to do another reading, but...
Hello to Dan, who has joined us.
Hi! Okay, I just got to find another...
A reading from Jean Dixon.
All right.
Sock it to us, Jean.
Okay. This is a reading from A Gift of Prophecy, the phenomenal Jean Dixon. Friends have learned that if they want to visit with Jean Dixon, they must catch up with her on the fly. A dynamo in motion, she works 12-hour days, 7 days a week, beginning each with attendance at Mass. She not only serves as secretary-treasurer of the James L. Dixon Realty Company, she handles all settlements and loans for its residential department and personally sells many homes and business properties. One crisp November evening in 1963, Lorraine Mason stopped by the office in order to walk home with Jean. Strolling along Connecticut Avenue, she mentioned a Frank Sinatra movie that she had seen, and as she did so, Jean cried out, "Lorraine, Frank Sinatra is in for a terrific shock." "Is he going to die?" Lorraine gasped. "No, no, no," Jean murmured, "but he's going to have a severe shock that he will remember the rest of his life. He's going to think that it's a death, but it isn't. It concerns his son. This is a situation that will bring him the greatest heartbreak of his life. Some sort of scandal is attached to it." Lorraine asked how she could be sure that it was a scandal rather than death, and Jean replied, "Because just as you said Sinatra's name, a curtain came down clear to the bottom of the sidewalk. But it was gray, not black. Black would have meant death."
I think this is all referring to
the
kidnapping of Frank
Frank
Sinatra
Sinatra's
Jr.
son.
and
Yeah.
that. I'm listening to this and saying, how much of this was sort of embellished after the fact to make it sound like a really good story? So hokey.
Yeah,
but
anyway.
There we go.
This has been a reading from A Gift of Prophecy.
A Gift of Prophecy. I'm entertained by this sort of book from time to time, although sometimes it just, throw more along the lines of sort of fodder for throwing against the wall, shall we say. And at the end of the day, this is what this type of book is designed for. If you want to take this very seriously, I wish you wouldn't, because it's there for entertainment purposes. It's like all of those books from the 70s that were about how like ancient astronauts created the Mayan pyramids, right? Von Däniken, right? The thing is, in Germany, that's considered to be entertainment. It's not taken seriously at all. These books get translated and suddenly it's like, oh wow, some folks came from Alpha Centauri and helped the Mayans. It's like, that's actually very condescending. The Mayans figured out how to make pyramids, okay? They figured out a great calendar and stuff like that there. They didn't need astronauts. So, Schlock Science, In Search Of, takes us right back full circle to that kind of thing. Recommended show. It's fun. It's fairly schlocky.
Although it takes us about, how long was In Search Of? Like 20 minutes?
Yep.
When you remove the commercials. It takes us like 90 minutes to watch one. We have to stop like every minute. Like, wait a minute.
Hold up.
Point of fact. Hold on. So, yeah.
Here's the question of the day from Amy. Did Jean Dixon predict this apocalypse? Wait a minute. We have the book. Take a look in the index. Maybe we'll find something about it.
This book is not... I said we should Google her. We didn't do that.
No.
This book is from... (1965). This is the 1966 printing.
Wow, went through multiple printings.
I don't... I doubt if she did here.
Two anyway.
This is all about the Kennedys.
Yeah.
But I bet if you Google her now, they're going to say she did.
All sorts of things. And when you take a look at the obscure writings, well, it's like Nostradamus. You take a look at the things, you interpret it and say, oh, see, this, and this. But it's not like he said, this is going to happen in this exact period of time. It's like a lot of like mystical mumbo jumbo because he saw things. He saw things. He wrote them down. Sounds mysterious. That kind of stuff. Happy Saturday from Kathy. Happy Saturday to you.
Hello.
But definitely.
Oh, Amy. Hi, Amy. And
Hello,
Alan.
But definitely. It was Sylvia Browne's prediction. Now, which one?
Oh.
The Kennedy thing? Because I think a number of people did. Jean Dixon made her fortune on saying, I predicted Kennedy's assassination. Or are you talking about this apocalypse? So,
This particular.
this particular apocalypse. Just asking, just wondering. Jean should know when friends want to meet her.
Exactly.
Cough, cough, cough. Yeah, you might think so. Hi, Jean. I was thinking of coming over to you tomorrow. Yeah, I know.
You pick up the phone to call Jean, she calls you.
And Denise says the virus. So Sylvia Browne actually said this is going to happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There we go. All sorts of things could happen at all sorts of times.
That's right.
It might be time for another reading. From
Okay.
Strange
Fate.
Sorry. Strange Fate.
The kids.
There we
Oh, hi, Ed. All right. Ed is here too. Strange Fate. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, sure. I'm trying to find something suitable. There are so many fun titles here, but you have to read for a while to get to the good parts.
Stevia predicted a pandemic for 2020. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
That's very
okay. It's also a little more specific than usual.
specific. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Unless she was looking at the pandemic that started in 2019 and said, aha, you know what's going to happen? If you see what was happening in China last year, you wouldn't have been too surprised to see that spread around.
Exactly. Dying to
Let's
see what you're
see.
going to read.
Oh, how about Poltergeist Rex Business Office by Jim Hazelwood?
Why not?
By Lee Hazelwood. Let's see, 65. We'll get to there. Once again, a fine reading from Strange Fate, Frank Edwards. A collection from Fate magazine. If you don't know Fate magazine, look it up. A lot of fun, very hokey, extremely schlock, lots of UFOs, strange sightings, stuff like that. Pretty in search of, actually. The last place one would expect to find a poltergeist is in a busy office building in a large industrial city like Oakland, California. Actually, I wouldn't expect to find anything in particular in Oakland, California. However, but on June 15th, 1964, at about 2:15 p.m., I walked into the office of court reporter George Wheeler at blah, 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 and saw a poltergeist at work. During the next 3 days, I was present while literally dozens of inexplicable phenomena occurred. George Wheeler's normally quiet office had become the scene of a parade of policemen, reporters, photographers, television cameramen, and poltergeist experts. There is such a thing? Real and, well, there was a movie, right? Yeah. Real and phony. Well, how could you tell the difference between a real and a phony poltergeist expert? Just asking. For a time, Wheeler's work, taking down by stenotype and transcribing the testimony of the Alameda courts, came to an absolute standstill. Wow. Freezing the court system. Let's see. The story began for me shortly after 2 p.m. on June 15th. Roy Grimm, city editor of the Oakland Tribune, gave me the Franklin Street address. We had a police call that things are jumping around over there, he said. What do you mean, I asked. Poltergeist, he said, and winked. It didn't even sound like a story. Nevertheless, I hopped into a cab and rode about 7 blocks to the medical building in Oakland's downtown business district. I took the elevator to the 3rd floor. There's a lot of exposition here. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, let's cut to the chase.
Let's cut to the... Can we get to the good part here?
Get to the good part.
Jeez. Feeling a little unnerved, I walked into Wheeler's office and introduced myself. I found that the normal occupants of the office were Wheeler himself, his wife Zolo,
Zolo?
who was also a court reporter,
Okay.
court reporters Robert Kay and Calvert Bowles, and 2 transcribers. George Wheeler was not present when I arrived, but Oakland police officer Charles Nye was there,
Okay.
having come to the office about 15 minutes earlier. Wheeler's office is a suite of wow, there's a lot of exposition here. Where's the fun stuff?
Cut to the chase.
All right. Officer Nye said that he inspected the premises as soon as he arrived. He said he entered the coffee cupboard and observed an empty blue flower vase and a large glass water pitcher of the type commonly used in hotels, sitting near the edge of a shelf. I thought these objects might be dislodged if there was any vibration in the building, so I pushed them right back against the wall, he said. The shelf was about 18 inches deep. A few minutes later, while Officer Nye was in another room, and Wheeler's room was apparently vacant, the pitcher and vase flew through the air, made a right turn, and shattered on the floor of the office beside Wheeler's desk. How could you tell
Kinda
if
wish
something
I'd
makes a
seen
right
that.
turn? Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Zing, wait,
Yeah,
zing,
yeah.
and there we go. While Officer Nye was telling me this, there was a banging sound from the room on the left. One of the telephones had fallen to the floor. I hastily called the office and asked them to send a photographer. Jim Edelin, a veteran of the Tribune staff, arrived a few minutes later. He asked John Orfanades to pose with the shattered objects outside the coffee cupboard. Edelin took his picture and the two turned to leave the room. As they went out the door, there was a crash behind them. They turned to find the debris on the floor now covered with white powder. A large jar of Coffee Mate, a little like product
Coffee
placement
Mate.
there, powdered cream substitute had flown out of the coffee cupboard and smashed on the floor. So this is certainly a period because we're talking about a jar of Coffee Mate, a glass jar, etc.
Okay, you'll enjoy this.
But I do love the product placement.
Errol says the Strange Fate cover reminds him of the science fiction covers of the day he didn't read for fear of mixing science fiction with science fact on his science test. Yeah.
You got to be careful with these things, folks. When you go to your science teacher and say, "It's UFOs, I seen them," he goes, "Okay."
Stephen, all you need is a sound effect machine. Yeah.
Oh, if only. Of course, that's the theme of the mystery movie,
I know.
which makes them think of Columbo.
I know.
Now, he was investigating fact, and people denying
He
fact.
was investigating murder.
Murder.
Coffee mate, just as well. Coffee mate ick. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I'm with you.
why did that jar of
I'm
Coffee
with
Mate
you.
shatter? Because the poltergeist had taste.
Exactly. I'm with you.
Swear.
He's disappeared.
Sound effects machine.
Oh, sound effects machine. Oh, we have the other one too.
Yeah, where is it?
It's in there.
It is.
Oh, I'll have to find it. It's not funny if you have to go looking for your sound effects machine.
I know.
Just
You should
saying.
have it at hand.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that there. Well, it's not in this box anyway.
Nope.
Oh well. What? But actually, I want to step outside frame so I could refill.
Oh.
Because
cool.
actually,
There's refill?
well, there is fill for me of this guy, but I want to see where this goes because that means that you definitely get a little more here.
I get a little more.
A little bonus.
Thank you.
Big bad bonus bits.
All right.
There we go.
Big bad
Again,
bonus bits.
that first round was a rye sour. of
Yeah,
the
now
type-
what did you make? I made a rice sour.
This is really a daiquiri, but instead of just using like a normal like a sugar syrup or whatever, I decided to use Aperol. So it's a little bitter,
It's good. I like it.
but it's not a lot bitter.
So mine was, I did rye, 2 ounces of rye, a ½ ounce creme de cassis, ½ ounce fresh lime juice, and about 3 dashes of orange bitters and about 3 dashes of the aromatic bitters.
That sounds like a fun
And
thing.
what did you do?
It was a fun thing. This is 1.5 ounces of a white rum. We just happen to have we did stock up on that. We were completely out, and I thought, you know, it's a good base for making things. And now that we're all cooped up, I need to start making things.
Yep.
I think I will do something tomorrow and post it. Be watching these pages, folks. There are syrups and liquors and things that you can make. So, shot of the white rum, ½ ounce of lime juice, freshly squeezed from one of our 4 count 'em limes, and then
Does
about
it sound like our lime trees? No.
no
Freshly squeezed from the fresh limes
Freshly
we picked
squeezed.
from the ShopRite shopping cart.
yeah, and ½ ounce of Aperol, and I threw in some orange bitters, and that was it. Shake and strain,
Good.
away you go. Nice little daiquiri. It still has a nice sour balance. It only has like just a bit of the bitter. And actually, I would normally throw some bitters into something like a daiquiri anyway. So that's very sensible.
Yep. It's a good one.
But the daiquiri variations go on and on. The simplest thing you can do is just make a regulation formula and then add about ½ an ounce, maybe 3/4 of an ounce of grapefruit juice. And you've got the La Floridita daiquiri, which of course also known as the Hemingway daiquiri. It's a great variation. He didn't like it that much. He would only have like 7 or 8 of them in an evening. So, let your taste decide. But I definitely recommend that one. It's a good thing. Unless you can't take grapefruit juice. I know that really interferes with some people's medication.
It does.
That's kind of a drag. So.
Oh my gosh, your shirt is kind of glowing.
Interestingly.
You see that?
Look
at that.
Well, and here I've got this whole book about strange phenomena, and look what's happening on my spaced out shirt here. Strange phenomenon. Strange things happening. But definitely.
You're traveling through another dimension.
Mentioned not only of sight and sound, but of mind.
Mind. Of the way you said it, but of mind.
So, yeah, Twilight Zone Marathon, that's an excellent thing. It's not just for New Year's anymore.
Nope.
But we've been doing other sorts of marathons, including the Jeffersons. Just got that box set. The price was just reduced on a certain online purveyor. So if you've been thinking about this, check it out again. Full series is like 12 years, 12 seasons worth.
11 seasons.
11 seasons. Wow,
11 seasons and a bonus disc. Hi, Pat.
Hello. But, the writing, you look at this again, I really haven't seen this series in a good 30 years. Writing is very high quality, and the ensemble cast is great. So, well worth seeing these sorts of things. Yeah. And they play with a lot of fun themes. Great characters, etc., etc. The Zone, I don't need to say anything at all about that. Just watch. Been watching, as I've said a few times, In Search Of. Somebody has been doing a marathon on that, so we've been checking that out.
Oh, on YouTube.
There's some fairly low quality versions, which I think were taken from a rebroadcast on History Channel or something. History, anyway. But it's a fun series. I remember it fondly. We actually watched.
Hi, Marty.
Recently, like I was just telling her about this series from the same period, Arc 2, kids show.
I don't remember that at all.
You remember this one,
nope.
Boy. And we watched an episode, and I'm like, this is exactly as I remember, It's this really crazy, like, touring sort of a microbus that they're going around the apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic landscape with, and trying to, like, restore sanity to humanity. It's an extraordinarily hokey series for kids, but I remember, like, watching it as a kid. It was kind of fun. And had fun with it again.
Lisa's asking about the lamp behind you. Oh, that's a street. No, that one. That's a street find.
Oh, you mean this little fellow here?
I love that
this
lamp.
Sort of satellite.
Yeah. Okay, that's fun.
This was. I'm not sure if this was intended to be a ceiling fixture.
It was.
Or a standing lamp.
It was a ceiling fixture.
But it was all chopped up, and I decided, well, I could easily reinstall a cord on there, right? Not have it hardwired, and then just put the bulbs in, and away you go, and you've got satellite lamp. Big fun.
Yeah, he brought that home one day. He found it on the street in New York City.
Things that people throw away.
Yep.
I still find electricals. I don't find electronics anymore. Oh, well.
And it used to be in our office / music room / makeup room / sewing room that we're going to feature on Tuesday's episodes. So, but we had to move it out here, so... Yeah, Amy says we're going to need to restore sanity to humanity.
We need Arc 2 now more than ever.
Exactly.
Jonah, I believe, was our captain on that one.
Exactly.
And his navigator to the chimp. Yeah, well, we could do much worse.
I know.
And usually do, so hell.
I know. So we moved that lamp out here.
Things move around in this house.
Things move around in this house every week.
You watch episodes and you see us do a little... featuring the home rooms and things like that. See us in about 6 months and you'll see something else has happened.
Exactly.
Big fun. But really, our latest reno, like we've really been trying to not go out and not pick things up, not actually see people, etc., as is recommended. And I will take the recommendation because I certainly don't want to catch this stuff.
Nope.
But we've actually done some rentals recently that cost us $0, and that's always a happy thing.
Exactly. Oh, look, someone gave us an angry smiley.
Ooh. Wow. Why the anger?
Have a wonderful evening.
Why so angry?
I know.
Just asking, I mean, what do we got here?
Maybe it's a Gene Dixon fan.
Yeah, it always could be. You never know.
Exactly.
We just opened up a fun box of old clothing, and we poured a couple of cocktails for you. Told you how to make them. That's all we do here. Make you angry. That's what we do.
Well, I think that's hilarious, actually.
Yeah, these things happen.
So
anyway.
that
Well, that's
We run out of
what we got.
run out of material for this
we
evening.
will probably see you in about a week or so for one of these little
Well, we'll see you Thursday.
live in the corner broadcasts, and we'll find another box of fun that hasn't seen a light of day in a good 17 years, and see what's inside, and maybe fun things will happen.
But we will see you Thursday for Hollywood Squares.
Hello,
We already decided that while we were live last Thursday.
as requested, and I think we can pull that off. Yeah, for sure.
And Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday, with the usual episodes. We'll be seeing you there. If we are so inspired during this period and we want to do a quickie, we will put something together, let you know, and then we'll just go live again. So.
Exactly. But these are fun. These going through stuff in the basement. This was definitely fun for me. Anyway.
I know many sources these days are going live just because of the restrictions and whatnot.
Everyone's going live.
Many people are using something called Zoom. We're here on these two platforms for you. You can choose either. If one of them is giving you trouble, go to the other. I know that any of them might be because bandwidth is a very precious commodity right now.
Stay safe too. Yep.
But in the meantime, keep doing what you're doing because I think it's being effective.
Yep.
Okay, folks.
All right. Oh, when's Monday? Jennifer.
When is it? I have no idea anymore.
I don't even know what day of the week it is anymore.
I looked at my watch and it tells me what's what, right? That's how I know.
All right.
So.
I ruined your beautiful sign off, but.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. Thanks, Zoom.
We'll see you.
See you soon.
Bye.